Yes, we have a little red dot. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the Church of the Angels. We are an independent, non-denominational, interfaith spiritualist assembly, and all who gather are here are valued for their unique qualities. We gather in safe community to worship as equals in an exchange of energy through love, thought, and communication. Thank you for your cooperation as we forget that. I just want to say that masks are optional and make yourself as comfortable as you need to be. My name is Reverend Jenni Vinecourt. I am your facilitator today. Service is being recorded today and will be posted online at Facebook and on our website. The recording will be stopped before messages are given to respect the sacredness of working with spirit. In true spiritualist tradition, our services celebrate all four aspects of meeting. The first is the uniting of our vibrations through music, prayer, and quiet reflection. The second offers spiritual healing. Third embraces inspiration and thought exchange. And finally, we communicate messages from spirit. We will be here together for a little more than an hour. And like I said, masks or face shields are optional. Please continue to practice social distancing if you choose. And there will be no true fellowship time, and wipes and hand sanitizers are available. I want to say that both Anthony and I might look a little peaky today. Mine is because my treatment and my mouth is so dry. He's got allergies, but neither one of us are catching. So there you go. Okay. The Church of the Angels tries to be as inclusive as possible, and we invite all those of all opinions and backgrounds to join us for our services. All speakers are prompted to leave any politics or any politically charged topics outside of our gatherings, and this is to promote spiritual unity. We know that our true selves are always united in love, also because of treatment. Sorry. If you are interested in sharing your passion and your knowledge with our congregation, easy to do so. Please contact Fran, raise your hand, awesome, who is scheduling speakers at this time. And if you'd like to serve the church as a facilitator, like I'm doing now, also very easy. There is training for that, and everything's all written down, so you don't have to worry about it. Please contact Reverend Joey Wants, who is not here today. I want to mention that if you wish to make a donation, you can do so through the Church of the Angels website, and you will also have the opportunity at that time to make your donation a recurring one if you choose. And there's a separate donation page on that website. On that page, you'll be able to choose where you want your donation to go, whether it's development circle or general or whatnot. Here in our church space, we will not be passing the baskets, but for safety, they're located throughout the room. I believe there's one there, and there. And thank you to all who have donated to help us stay strong throughout this time. If you would please rise for our first song and then remain standing for our opening prayer.
Every song you guys know. I just learned it yesterday. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers them because you did. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted. Don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be better. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. Hear what your mother said. Read the books your father read. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you. Others may take different views. My, oh my, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be face. Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Mine, oh mine, yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, gotta be tough, gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, gotta stay together. All I know is love will save the day. All I know is love will save the day.
Mother, Father, Infinite Spirit, thank you for your blessings on those who have joined here today to honor your work and your wisdom and experience your grace and wisdom. Thank you for providing the appropriate thoughts, insights, actions, and all resources for us to gain a better and truer understanding of your love by the words spoken, songs heard, and by the messages and healing brought forth here today so that we might lead healthy, happy, and prosperous lives. Thank you for showing us the way to accept responsibility for our lives, and we are grateful to know that you are with us always. And today, I believe Spirit is pointing me toward the Buddhist prayer of forgiveness. If I have harmed anyone in any way, either knowingly or unknowingly, through my own confusions, I ask their forgiveness. If anyone has harmed me in any way, either knowingly or unknowingly, through their own confusions, I forgive them. And if there is a situation I am not yet ready to forgive, I forgive myself for that. For all ways that I harm myself, negate, doubt, belittle myself, judge, or be unkind to myself through my own confusion, I forgive myself. Thank you. You may be seated. This is a sacred assembly, so to avoid any interruptions and maintain the sacred nature of the service, all phones and or recording devices other than this one are to be turned off throughout the entire service. As I said, we will be recording the podium area only, and we will be shutting that off when we do message work. So please join me silently as I read our statement of principles. There is one creative force of which all life is a part. This one creative force is known by many names and manifestations. We recognize and honor the many names and manifestations of the one creative force, the source of all creation, one in God. The energy of life everywhere is continuous. All consciousness is continuous. Communication is continuous. The energy of life, consciousness, and communication never cease even after the event that is perceived as death. One creates one's own reality. One creates in harmony with the one creative force, the great power of God of which all life is a part. Reality is as one chooses to perceive and will change as one grows in knowledge of the inner self and one's relationship with the God of his understanding. All things are possible with faith, insight, knowledge, understanding, acceptance, and love. Love is the unifying energy of the universe. Love is the energy of the one creative force, the wisdom of God. All life and all mankind are one in the creatorship and healing force of love and with each other. Love is within us and of us. Love is never apart from us. It is we who separate ourselves from the power of love. The force of God works through love and love alone. And now we'll have a few moments of quiet meditation so that we can concentrate on going within to find peace and calm and healing for ourselves and the world. Take your time to come back to the present and remember that we are always connected to each other and to the divine. Use this peace and calm to take care of yourselves in any way that you can for yourselves, all those around you in your communities and throughout the world. And if you would please add silently or aloud the names of those you wish to include in this healing energy. Thank you. It's now time for some inspiration and thought exchange brought to us by today's speaker. We do invite everyone to address our assembly with words of inspiration, lessons learned, or passionate ideas. Every opinion expressed here is strictly that of the person who gives it. Let us consciously and lovingly agree to disagree if it does not resonate with us. And before we begin, I believe that this song we're going to play as part of our speaker, that is if I can find it, play as part of our speaker's talk today. And our speaker is Julie Mullins, and she'll be up after the song. How's that? Maybe. Oh, volume would be. Maybe. Like, oh, don't we love phones? Oh my. Okay.
All tangled in daydreams, shielded with grace. I feel you beside wherever you lift up your head. There's somewhere in my
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'm Julie. I don't really have much of a bio, but I have a few things to say. Okay. First and foremost, I'd like to do a quick prayer. And my prayer is this: Mother, Father, God, angels, ancestors, and anybody else. I just need help. And I thank you. I thank you for this opportunity. So today I'm going to talk about grief and hope. The definite the definition of grief that I looked up several, but this is the one that I really like. It's how we react to loss. It may be a physical loss, such as loss of a loved one. It could be a social loss, such as a divorce. It could be an occupational loss, such as a job. And as a matter of fact, I think truly we grieve a lot of things more than that. But today, oh, sorry, emotional reactions that go with this could be anger, despair, anxiety, guilt, and probably other things. But for today, for the most part, I'm going to talk about the loss of a loved one. Now, I'm going to use the word die and death in here because that's how I felt at the time. But that thinking has changed. The year 2001 was a stellar time of loss for me. In the summer, I finalized a divorce. It was a good divorce. We remained friends, but it was still a divorce. 9/11 was huge loss for Americans. Uh, our safety and security, at least I felt it was stripped away. Like, wow. And there was a lot of physical loss. 9/26, my oldest son, who was 23, died of an overdose. And I was pregnant at the time. I was 42 years old and pregnant, and I had my son, Dan, Zechariah, was born on 10/12. He was due in December, but I got very sick. I had eclampsia, and so he just came. He was 2.5 pounds when he was born. He looked like a little white. I don't know, you could see his veins. It scared me a lot. I nearly died also. But the biggest loss I had was my loss of faith. Um, I have always had faith. I was what I considered, I'm going to use, I hope I don't offend anybody, kind of because I love Jesus. I love God. I felt Jesus with me. I love angels. However, I couldn't find anywhere I really fit because there were some things that I couldn't agree with, and I couldn't, so for a while I tried to go to church and just like throw those all out, but so I didn't really go to church. However, even though I lost my faith, I still prayed. Oh, buddy, did I pray because I didn't know what else to do, and I was desperate. I prayed to Jesus. I prayed to angels. I prayed to saints. For a long time, I prayed to Mother Mary. I am not Catholic. And my older son, who was got his own way, he said, Mom, what do you got a Catholic picture of Mother Mary? And I'm like, well, she lost her son. I understand. He's a God or whatever, but still, I don't think she went, oh, that's great. I'm glad my son died for everybody. I think she was like, what the heck? This is no fun. So I prayed. I prayed for my baby. I prayed for my sanity because I did not want to be a babbling idiot or in a nut farm somewhere trying to take care of a baby. I also prayed with all my heart for my Daniel to come home. I used to dream and think, this is one of those jokes. Because he would do things like call me and say, Mom, I'm in jail. This was then. And of course, I'd be all like, no, Mom, I'm kidding. So I prayed. I had this idea. And if you've lost someone dear to you, you can probably kind of understand. So maybe I was just a little crazy because I thought, just gotta make it to Easter. Make it to Easter, Julie. Now he died in September. And I thought, Easter, hang in there, girl. Make it to Easter. Because he will be, he's coming back. I didn't talk to a lot of people before. So I remember that first Easter, after the food and all that, I got in out to where my son is buried. And he, of course, he wasn't. Well, I think he might have been there, but at that time, he wasn't there for me. And I was once again just devastated and had to start dealing with the reality that, he wasn't going to be here with me in that way. So I went along like this. My biggest goal was to somehow raise Zach, maintain my sanity, and then die because I wanted to go be with him. That's how I lived. I also was constantly, I had this thing where I loved that baby so much, but I also did not want to attach to that baby because one thing I learned is there are no guarantees. I can walk out there today and get hit and be gone. And so do you think I wanted to be questioning her that one another time around? And that'd probably been it for my psyche. So I lived in that kind of fear and I just went on. Eventually, I don't know how many of you have sisters. I started hearing rumblings from my sisters. They were starting to do this thing they called spiritualism. Oh, that's a new kick. I mean, I've been a Pentecostal Baptist. I've been baptized 3 times. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I did it anyways because I liked it. And it made me so happy every time. And I asked preachers, where does it say in the Bible we can't keep them, like maybe once a year, you go down, you come up, you're all new. I'd be high for a week with this. I'd be like, whoa. They didn't like that, so I quit telling everybody that. They also were going to spiritualist church. I'm like, whoa, what's this spiritualist in church? And I found out they talked to people, and I was like, but I was extremely curious because I was an odd child. And I played in the woods for hours alone. I think now that they were angels with me, and I had people with me. But I just, I didn't tell anybody about it. I was mostly in my own little world, and I just thought everybody had one. So finally, I got very curious, and I went to church with my sisters. I went to one in Ishtabura. Saybrook. Okay, thank you. I went to Saybrook, and I thought, oh, this is kind of nice. I mean, really, I never had a problem with belief. I never was like, I don't believe that. I think they're like, I don't know, lying, or because I felt true. You can feel true. We can try to fool ourselves sometimes. I've done it many times. Oh, yes, this is the right thing for me. And in my heart, I would look like, no, don't go there. Sometimes I went, but I also went to Lilydale, which I found utterly. I just thought I could just sit there and stay here like forever. It feels good. I'm all about feeling good. I like to feel good. Do I want to do exercise? No, I want to feel good. Well, you're going to feel good. Well, yeah, I know I'm going to feel good, but right now it's not feeling so good. So this was really cool. I even got some lessons. However, I didn't really hear from Daniel too much, or I don't think I don't know. And I have a little theory about that. I'm not like, but I'll tell you guys what I think. So, but then fear set in, the doctrine of fear, because it was like, yeah. But if you get off this track, you gotta live, you gotta get sacrificed, and then you gotta die and go to heaven so you can see. And if you are not a Christian, you won't have that belief. And then people were talking about reincarnation, and I'm like, Daniel, hang on, don't go anywhere. I'll be there soon enough. It's just not gonna be, as soon as I want, maybe. Well, but the truth of the matter is, I did believe, and I knew it. So I just decided to set all the Christian stuff on the side for a minute, and I told God it. I still got to talk to him, but I said I'll be back to this in a minute. I want to check out this other little thing over here. I even told one of my sisters, I'm embarrassed, but how will it help me to talk to dead people? Actually, they're dead. They didn't know any. I was really speaking about my son Daniel. He didn't know any better. He got himself dead and left me when he promised he would not leave me. He always had a little bit of suicidal stuff. There's a lot there. But he said, Mom, I won't leave you. And with that, at him too. Eventually, about 2 years into this whole thing, losing. I also have an older sister who lost her son. That's another story. And she'd been hearing, even though she lives out of town, she'd been hearing about spiritualism and this and that. And she got interested because she wanted, of course, to hear from her son Joel. So we met Carol Wood, I got the last name, and Vicki here, and Becky, no, Janet came. And we both heard, Daniel was there, Joel was there. Oh, wow. I was like, okay, I got to know about this. So eventually I started very sneakily looking things up online, looking at different mediums online, and looking at articles. And I also started to sense Daniel a lot. I'd be driving and I would feel him right there. And I kept thinking, real quick, see him. One time I actually did see him, but I was so grieving. I thought, oh gosh, now you're really going crazy. But I did see him. I saw his whole, I saw him. And I just decided that I wanted to communicate with my son. I didn't know if I wanted to like be a medium. Matter of fact, I told my other sister that, just don't call it medium. Don't call that talk. Say it's people that can communicate with the dead, because medium, that was a scary word from my background. So I really started hearing from him. But what Spirit told me before I ever started hearing from Daniel was, you need to forgive him. And I finally did. I mean, with a lot of tears and a lot of, I forgave him for leaving me. And I came to understand that he wanted to go home. He just wanted to go home. So I talk with Daniel quite often now. And the other belief that I picked up from this is that when it is our time, this is my belief, this is, just my opinion. when it is our time to go, we're gonna go. I mean, I don't mean, oh, don't go to the doctor, don't, but I do believe when it's our time, we're gonna go. And hallelujah. Actually, I'm all about it now. I have a Bible verse. I love the Bible. I would go through and pick up all the cool premises, you know, because I had striving to work as a nurse and scared all the time because I wasn't really into nursing, but it was what they said they'd pay for me to go to school. So I trained to be a nurse, and you know, I went out and tried to do this, and I was like, okay, you who trust in the Lord with all their heart, blah 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 blah, you know. So I love this verse, and I want to leave you with this. It's Proverbs 13:12. Hope deferred makes the heart grow sick. In my heart, well, I got high blood pressure from the Holy Ghost. Did grow sick, but longing fulfilled is a tree of life. Daniel did come home. He's home, and he's often with me. He's with other people. You know, that's the tree of life. And now I would like. Today is my son's birthday. He had one when he went over, and I would like everyone to help me wish Daniel a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Daniel. And I thank you for letting me serve.
I think we should sing too and then have questions. How's that? We'll
Okay.
sing.
Oh, we're gonna sing.
We're gonna sing.
Oh, he's gonna love that.
Oh, you're not playing that. Okay. All right, that's okay. I'm gonna start it then.
Okay.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel. Happy birthday to you. Thank you, everybody.
And we're gonna open it up for a little bit of questions and Jenni.
Oh my gosh. Don't make me.
Pathetic little cupcakes.
It worked. Julie, I want to say that was absolutely awesome. You did a great job. You did a great job. And very touching and very timely and very, yeah.
Well
Very good.
presented.
Well
Very
presented. I want to open it up for some questions or comments from the very
Yes.
quiet crowd. Okay, Anne Marie. Yes.
Julie, first of all, I want to say for food.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. We share something. My younger birthday too, so
That's very
it's
cool,
a
isn't it?
good day.
Yes, it is.
But so I think like you, many of us have come to spiritualism because of the law. You know, I found myself searching for so many years. It's like, but it's not a bad thing. It you know, you got something to lose to gain.
Yes.
And I gained so much by learning to do that. And I think they feel closer to that.
I do.
So thank you for sharing.
Oh, thank you. If you would have told me a year ago, I would have said, hey, I don't know what drugs you're on, but let me tell you something. This little girl is not
Not getting up there. Yeah.
No.
I think that's why I like.
Yeah.
Dan.
Daniel,
Daniel.
You can't look it up later.
I will.
Yeah, play that one.
I know that song is wonderful. It does remind me of her.
Anthony.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you're
Oh,
to take something so meaningful. And it's also very timely for me. First of all, I wasn't getting comfortable. I woke up and my eyes were red. And I got out. Couldn't sing. My voice was broken.
you sounded so good though. You really did.
I was like, people are gonna sick. I'm gonna come. So I talked to Jenni, and she's like, okay, don't come. And I'm like, okay, I won't come. And she's like, well, maybe you should come. And I'm like, eh. And then all of a sudden, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I almost didn't come again, and I am so grateful for that thing because I just had some friends who used to be really good friends. Their mom randomly abruptly died quite young. So I was just imagining the pain that comes with that, and I've been having. I just the past couple of days have been kind of hard for me. because my parents, I think about losing my child, probably my biggest, really say, probably the only fear that I can think of, is the loss of them.
Yes.
And then on the way here, my girlfriend and I saw a raccoon on the side of the road, and it wasn't dead, but it was dying. And I passed it, and I saw it moving, and I said, "It's an animal." And Sam wanted to go back, and I was so angry at the injustice, so
Yes.
angry.
Yes.
And I didn't want to go back. Because my grief came out in anger. It then quickly went to sadness, and then Sam helped raise the vibration. You get to that point where you can look at death the way you look at it now. That's where I was.
But you know, you have to be careful because people may be grieving someone dying or something, and I'm like, oh boy, they're out of here. They are going to be happy. You know, there's no fear. I mean, I understand so, and it's not like I never, well, actually, I probably don't really feel grief over Daniel. I do grieve at times. I wish I'd done this a little bit different. I wish this, I wish that. But then I just try to look.
I just need you to know how much hope.
Thank you, Julie.
Get
Yeah, don't forget the cupcakes. Awesome, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Time for announcements. I'll make them quick so we can get into the message work. You know that you can join Church of the Angels on Meetup, get a schedule of events, visit our website for the calendar, or find us on Facebook. Membership forms can be requested via email, but I think we have some over there. If you're interested in becoming a member, just fill it out and return it to the to me or the church's email, Addie. The announcements, let's see, next Sunday, Fran, it's Reverend Walt. Reverend Walt is speaking next Sunday. Yay. The next Foreign healers. Okay. The next meeting of the board of trustees is this Tuesday, not this Tuesday. That is this Tuesday, the 14th. Wow. Okay. There is a public speaking class here on this Thursday, September 16th from 7 to 9. There's a one-on-one healing event, reading and healing event on the 23rd. All of these things can be found on the calendar. I'm not going to run them through, but they've got a lot of good things coming up. The message and healing service we're trying that out again. The next one is October 17th. Mel's got a class coming up in-person meditative movement sound healing event here on the 28th of September. She's also got an event coming in October. So definitely check out, make sure you're hitting the website and the Facebook for the events and whatnot, so you don't miss any of the cool stuff. Okay. All right. Also ceremonies for ministers is coming up in October. The annual announcement or the annual meeting is coming up on November 14th. In order to run for the board, you must have been a church member for at least 6 months, which means you must have joined the church by May 9th or earlier. And to vote in the election of the board, you must have become a member of the church at least 2 months before, which would have, that's today, September 12th. Is that right? That's today? Where the heck am I? I don't know. September 12th it is. So if you want to vote in the board and you're not a member, today's your day. Nomination forms are over there on that table by the little lit up angel, the Buddha table. And all you need to do to run for the board is to fill one of those out, give a little bit of a bio. And I want to remind the current board members that are here, if you're running again, you still got to fill out a paper and get it in, please. All right. That is about it, I think, on announcements. Do we have any quick announcements from the floor? Nope. Okay. Certainly.
So my event October 9th is Love Your Hero. Love and Embrace Hero. I think it is a 4-hour mini retreat. I did the price,
I need one.
so check it out. It's
Yeah. Or not. Or not. Yes.
I would like to say, I know I'm a little bit fast for talk, but I just wanted to say one thing. I
Yes.
am Julie. When I'm, when she and my other sister went to see Carol and Vicky, and I am not a medium either, but I know sometimes people are around me, and I knew when Daniel
Mhm.
and he was thinking, you know, I don't remember what, but I said to her, listen, Daniel's around. And this was before really when this well, I was going, she didn't know. And she she said, well, if he comes to you, why can't he come and talk to me? And I said, well, I think he can. And she said, okay, well, I want to see it or something like that. And oh, no,
And she got her message?
she
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
So,
Awesome.
you know, really do have a path, really do have a way to get where we're going.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Now, to usher in our time for truth and messages, do we have an uplifting something from Anthony? Uplift.
I actually reversed the songs on accident. Because I was playing the jumpy one at the end, and then the one that I'm gonna play at the end at the beginning.
Okay. Jumpy is good, though.
This one is jumpy, and then I still have one more.
Jumpy is good.
Find myself in times of trouble. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. In my hour of darkness, she's standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. But though they may be parted, still a chance that they may sing. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be.
Thank you. The recording, we'll now stop the recording to preserve the sacredness of those serving and receiving from Spirit. I'll make this really quick, but for those of you watching this on video, thank you for your support, and remember that you are always connected to the divine and all of creation.